when it comes to brain health, most people focus on the big players, the carbs, the proteins, the fats, but what about the smaller, less talked about nutrients? Micronutrients like magnesium, zinc, vitamin D are the unsung heroes for brain function. They influence everything from mood to memory. And today we're going to explore how these trace minerals and vitamins support your brain and why they are essential for cognitive vitality. If you are new here, my name is 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞, and I help you optimize your brain health so you can feel calm, focused, and productive every day. A little phlegm in my throat today. But if that is something that you're interested in, feeling calm, focused, and productive, then be sure to hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell so you don't miss out on any brain-focused boosting tips. So micronutrients, what they are, they're vitamins and minerals that your body needs in small amounts, but their impact on brain health is anything but small. These nutrients play crucial roles in neurotransmitter regulation, energy production, and protecting brain cells from oxidative damage. Deficiencies in key micronutrients are linked to cognitive decline, poor focus, and even mental health disorders like anxiety and depression. Unlike macronutrients, micronutrients don't provide calories, but they are the catalysts that enable your brain to perform at its peak. Macronutrients are your big nutrients, and micronutrients are your small nutrients. Magnesium is often referred to as the relaxation minerals. Magnesium is your friend because of its role in calming the nervous system. It helps regulate neurotransmitters like GABA, which promote relaxation and reduce stress. Magnesium also plays a critical role in energy production within the brain as it's required for ATP, the energy currency of the cells. Low magnesium levels are associated with increased anxiety, difficulty concentrating, and even migraines. Magnesium regulates GABA, supports ATP production, and foods rich in magnesium include leafy greens, almonds, avocados, and dark chocolate. So that dark chocolate keeps on popping up. You need to go start getting, again, I prefer 88%, but 70% and above is considered dark chocolate. The thing about magnesium that it's not in here, oh, that's my trash truck. The thing about magnesium to know is there's different kinds of magnesiums and they do different things. Magnesium threonate, 𝐷HREONATE, is what crosses the blood-brain barrier the best. It doesn't mean it's the only one that crosses the blood-brain barrier, but it does it at, a little bit better than the other forms. Then we have glycinate and malate. I get those two mixed up, but they're good for your nerves and your muscles and the general wellness of your body. And then you have citrate, which is more for if you have constipation and you just need to be a little bit more regular. So what you can do if you are constipated, you could either take magnesium citrate or vitamin C at high doses until you start going, and then you can cut back. There is magnesium oxide, which is also good for the gut. I've usually only seen it in sprays, like for topical, but I assume since it's for your gut that they have it in the capsule as well. I just haven't seen it. And they have magnesium. There's probably like magnesium sulfate or something, which I wouldn't recommend. So it's like glycinate or magnesium malate, magnesium glycinate, magnesium threonate. Those are the three big ones that you want. Unless you're constipated, then you want the magnesium citrate. And magnesium is very important for every single cell. It's very important. Okay, now we have zinc. Zinc is essential for brain health, especially for learning and memory, and also in mood. It plays a role in synaptic plasticity, which is the ability of neurons to communicate and form new connections. Zinc is also a cofactor in the production of neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which regulate mood and mental clarity. A deficiency in zinc can lead to brain fog, poor focus, and increased risk of depression. Foods high in zinc include pumpkin seeds, shellfish, nuts, and legumes. So the thing to note about zinc, I'm really sorry. Thing to note about zinc is that zinc and copper are in opposition to each other. So their minerals are paired up. So we have calcium, magnesium, we have sodium and potassium. They're like paired up, so when one's high, the other one can be low, but you can have them both low at the same time or both high. But zinc and copper in particular, they work like a teeter-totter. So if the zinc is low, the copper's high. If the copper's low, the zinc. So if your zinc is low, your copper's high. Now, copper is important, just like zinc is important. Too much of either one is not a good thing, but too much copper is going to lead to that anxiety and that wiredness and like a lot of those types of issues. So you want to make sure. And then the zinc is also, copper's antimicrobial, and zinc is also like good for your immune system too. So with either one, you could be sick a lot actually. So then we have vitamin D. This is a terrible episode, sorry. Vitamin D is more than just the sunshine vitamin. It is a crucial nutrient for brain function. It helps regulate the production of neurotropic factors, which supports brain cell growth and repair. Vitamin D also modulates inflammation, protects the brain cells from damage. Low levels of vitamin D are linked to cognitive decline, mood disorders, and an increased risk of neurodegenerative diseases. You can support your levels with sunlight exposure, fatty fish, egg yolks, and high-quality supplements. Vitamin B is the brain's energy crew, and it's like a whole complex. It's a B family vitamins, but especially 12, 6, and 9. 9 is the folate. They play a vital role in brain health. These vitamins are involved in the production of neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which influence mood and focus. They are also essential for reducing homocysteine levels, which is an amino acid linked to cognitive decline and brain atrophy when elevated. Without adequate B vitamins, the brain can struggle to produce energy and maintain structural integrity. Foods rich in B vitamins include eggs, leafy greens, fortified cereals, and lean meats. I wouldn't eat fortified cereals. That wouldn't be my go-to. But something about B vitamins. So first of all, B and B9, we want the methylated version of the B12 and the B9, especially if you know that you have problems with methylating. And let's say you have the MTHFR gene mutation, then you know for sure that you have trouble methylating. But even if you don't, you could just have it all gunked up. So you want methylcobalamin, which is B12. So when you look at your B12, make sure it doesn't just say cobalamin, but it says methylcobalamin. And B9 is methylfolate and not just folate. You don't want folic acid. And what happens is if everything doesn't work right on the methylation cycle, you get too much homocysteine, and too much homocysteine, like we said, it can just kill your brain cells or whatever. But your B12 is great for nerve inflammation, for example. If you have nerve issues, B12 is really important. And if you have anxiety, that zinc and B6 together is going to be important because it could be related to pyroluria, and that strips your zinc and your B6. Iron is essential for transporting oxygen to your brain, where it fuels energy production and it supports cognitive performance. Iron or low iron levels or anemia can lead to fatigue, brain fog, and difficulty concentrating. The brain requires a steady supply of oxygen to perform even basic functions, making iron a critical nutrient for mental clarity and energy. So you get iron from red meats, lentils, spinach, and fortified cereals. So I remember when I was in high school, many moons ago, I had a friend and she would only eat like the roll. Okay, first of all, this is back when food was actually good at school, and I don't want to say it was nutritious, but it was like they actually cooked it at the schools. But they had these rolls, and I was never a bread eater until, oh my gosh, these rolls were like so yummy. They were very like yeasty. I don't know. I just had never, they were just so yummy. But anyway, that's all she was eating for lunch. One day she had to go to the hospital because she was anemic. She was like on a diet, she was losing weight, and she was anemic. A lot of teenagers can be anemic, and especially girls, because let's say they're starting their cycles and they're losing a lot of blood. But you have to be careful. You don't want to just go straight to just taking a lot of iron, because let's say, first of all, maybe your body, you have to know if your body's absorbing iron. If somebody who, for example, has cancer doesn't want to be taking iron, because iron does, from what I understand, if I remember correctly, it feeds the cancer cells. Or yes, because when you test for, let's see, what is it? I think if they get a test and they look like they're low in iron, but they're not, and then there's something they're actually not low in iron, but it looks like it on a test because of something else from their cancer. So iron for me, I've always been a little bit weary about. Now, we do cook out of cast iron skillets, and I think that is its own source of iron. I'm not sure how absorbable that is, but it is an iron source. And what else was I going to say about iron? One time I wasn't able to donate blood because I was low in iron. And so I do know that I think I trend that way, so I need to be careful. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. I would completely recommend taking, it's called herbal iron by Dr. Christopher, or I'm sure that there's other companies that make something similar, but it's a mixture of herbs that I think are high in iron, and it's your natural way of getting iron. Because just like anything, when you extract something from, let's say you extract something from a plant and then you give it to somebody, all the other things that were in the plant synergistically work with that thing that you extracted. And so you want to really be able to have it in the whole original source. Just eating lentils, funny enough, I just ate lentils today, a bowl of lentils. So yeah, eating it in the original source is way better than eating like taking an iron supplement all by itself. But make sure you talk to your doctor, and hopefully your doctor is natural and healthy minded and will know the best route for that. The next one is selenium. Selenium, a lot of people probably don't really know about selenium, but it is a trace mineral. It has powerful antioxidant properties, and it protects brain cells from oxidative stress and inflammation. We also just want to point out selenium is really important for your thyroid. Okay, so I don't want to leave that out. Oh, I guess I wasn't going to, because my next sentence says it supports thyroid function, which is closely linked to brain health and energy levels. Selenium also plays a role in neurotransmitter regulation, supporting mental clarity and mood. Deficiencies are rare, but can lead to cognitive decline and increased risk of neurodegenerative diseases. And foods high in selenium include Brazil nuts, seafood, and whole grains. 200 micrograms, I think, is usually the standard thing for selenium, but selenium is important, especially for your thyroid. If you have a sluggish thyroid, I would highly recommend it. All right, getting enough micronutrients doesn't have to be complicated. By being on very varied nutrient-dense diet, you can ensure your brain receives the vitamins and minerals it needs to thrive. Supplements can also help fill in any gaps, especially for nutrients like vitamin D or magnesium, which are harder to obtain from food alone. And vitamin D, if you are not out in the sun a lot without your clothes on, because if you're all bundled up and just standing out there, that's not going to really help. Vitamin D is really hard to get. So include a variety of colorful fruits and vegetables in your meals to cover a broad range of vitamins and minerals. Add nutrient-dense snacks like nuts, seeds, and fortified cereals. I stick away from the cereal, period. We don't buy cereal. Once in a while, we'll buy cereal to treat, or I'll get 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞 cereal, something that I really trust. I'm not sure if that's fortified or not. So just because it's fortified, I think too is they bleach, I think flour or wheat, the bromide, I don't know. Anyway, they strip it and then they fortify it. So they're putting things in because they're stripping it. I don't know. So do your homework on that. But consider testing deficiencies in critical micronutrients and supplements and supplement as needed, but always under professional guidance. Every single person is different. We are all bio-individual. So make sure that if you're ever going to start on something new, that you run it by whoever is taking care of the health of you and your family. Micronutrients are really important for brain health. While they may not get as much attention as macronutrients, which would be things like proteins and carbohydrates, their role in neurotransmitter production, energy generation, and protecting brain cells is irreplaceable. By prioritizing foods rich in magnesium, zinc, vitamin D, and other essential micronutrients, you can enhance your cognitive function, boost your mood, protect your brain for the long haul. Start small and try adding a handful of nuts or an extra serving of leafy greens for your meal. I completely apologize for my throat and for all my notifications. This was a very interrupted thing, but we just got to keep plugging along. It's called not being perfect, just doing, right? So if this video was eye-opening for you and maybe somewhat entertaining, then give this video a thumbs up, share it with someone who could benefit from learning about their brain's health, and don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming brain health videos. If you are interested in learning more about what specific nutrients can support brain function so that you can have clarity of thought, improve mood, and focus, then check out my Nourishing Your Brain workshop. I will put that link in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.